Hi everyone, Banerjee here with you. Had a little bit of break since the last tutorial, so I'm here with a new tutorial and with new logics in this tutorial. In the last tutorial, we learned about how we can utilize what is a row, what is a column, and how you can insert a row and insert a column, and some brief description about the name box, how we can use that, and we also discussed about the formula box. In this tutorial, we are only going to discuss about the formatting options which we have. Basically, cut, copy, and paste options are all there with you, so you know that. I don't need to go through all these things, but what I need to do is right now that I don't like this. I have a data over here, and I don't like this the view of this data. So we're going to make the view of this particular data a little bit exciting, and from there we will continue with the other tutorials as well. So the first thing which we see over here, that the data is really very congested, so we need to format it in such a way that the data looks much more clean. So we're going to select a few rows, okay, where the data are there, and then we are going to adjust the row a little bit. So we're going to come down. Okay, now as we can see that all the data are like bottom aligned, so we are going to center align all the data so that it looks much better. So I'm going to select this and come down. Oh, by the way, I'm just holding the left mouse button and dragging it all the way down to the place where I need it. This is one way to do it. The other way is you can select one cell, the first cell which you from where you'll start the formatting. Okay, Control Shift right key on your keyboard and holding Control Shift again down key, and it selects the full data. So now we are going to middle align. So this is the middle line. Okay, but even then it doesn't look good, right? So now we are going to modify the header area. So this is the header area where you're the reason why we put this is because for us it helps us to understand the data in a much better way. So if I don't put English over here, you will not understand what these numbers represent, right? So that's the reason we put table header data. So I'm going to middle align this center text, okay, and I'm going to wrap it up. So once you wrap, you will see all the wordings in multiple lines, but then there is a problem. If I adjust, left click, hold the mouse and adjust down a little bit, you see the chemistry and physical education are all mismatched. So one way to do this, because we want this to be a very uniform, the column should be uniform. So how we do it? Generally, you see, physical education and chemistry are the letter in physical education is bigger than the letter in chemistry, but we are going to have a base of this letter in order for us to adjust physical education. Okay, so we'll select the total row and then we will adjust. Okay, now once we adjust by selecting the total columns, sorry, the columns, so all the columns get adjusted to the same width with which we are uh, with which we are actually planning to do. So if I click outside, you see this is also 10.14 and this is also 10.14, so it looks kind of okay. Now we are going to center text this the bunch of marks which we have. So Control Shift right, Control Shift down, and center text. It comes nice. Now it's looking much better. Okay, now subjects spans from here C2 to H2. So we're going to merge the subject header by using merge and center function. What merge and center function does, it takes one data from one cell and spans it across a range of cells, because now we have selected a range of cells, like how we discussed selecting a range of cells. Okay, before that I'll do middle line and center text. Okay, and then I'll click on merge and center, so the total cells get covered up with one single cell, and it will look as if it's one single cell. The difference you will find when you actually apply borders to it. But before that, I'm going to merge and center this as well. Okay, and expand it a little bit, because name of student can be anything, so I don't want really to cramp up spaces here. Okay, so now it looks much better than what we started before. All right, now we are going to apply borders to it. The total marks has to be more than center now. Okay, all right, so now we're going to apply a little bit of border to it. So I have selected the range of cells, control shift down, and again control shift down. The reason why you do twice is because there is a gap here. So since you have done merging and merging a cell, so that's the reason you have to do it twice. Or else you can just left click and hold the left mouse and left button, and then drag it all around at the bottom. Now we're going to apply a border, so the border tab is here, border things, and we're going to apply all borders over here. Now wow, it's looking much better, but the border is looking much more brighter than the text, so we are going to change some fonts here. So again, left click and hold, drag all the way to the bottom, and now we're going to change the text. We're going to make the text a little bit bigger. 12 14 would be fine. You see the chemistry is again getting a little bit distorted, that this will change again. So we're going to do we're going to change the fonts now. So let's see which font we can choose which will look a little bit better. Personally, I like Belt MT because the fonts look much better and the writings are a little bit tacky sort of thing. So let us check for some other font. Okay, Century Gothic is good. Okay, it gives you a very boldish look. And the best part in Excel or Word is that whenever you highlight a text or you want to change a text, it shows you a real-time view of what kind of text, what the text will look like when you are actually selecting a text. And this is where this particular tool, font tool, comes in handy, because or else you have to click on every font family and then check how it is reacting with the background graphics. So I'll click Century Gothic. Now Century Gothic gives you a white bright look. Now see how beautiful it's looking. It's already come up very well. Now we are going to select again the columns. Again, now we're going to adjust, keeping chemistry column F as the base. Okay, and here you go. Keep going. All right, so now we have English, maths, chemistry, biology, physical education, and total marks. It looks much more wider, much more spacious, and looks good. So this is one part of it. The second is we are going to apply some colors. So there are two colors to apply. One is the text color and the other one is the background color. So first, in order to change the text color, we always need to check on the background color, or you can do vice versa, whatever way you feel like. Generally, I change the text color first. I make it kind of bluish, and then I change the background color. So you can change the way you feel like is easier for you. So I'll put aqua. This is good color. Okay, for students, from student 1 to student 30, I will select some other text color maybe. Okay, I'm going for a lighter maroon. Okay, and the background color would be, now since I'm using a light text, I needed some darker background. So now I will use either this or this or this. Now since I am in blue theme, so I will use, let's say, this one. Okay, looks much better. Okay, now sorry, one thing I would like to tell you, that since this particular these cells contain whole numbers, because marks are always in whole numbers, you don't need to change anything over here. But if, let's take a situation that you have 7.23, for example. Sorry, I forgot the decimal. 7.23 is as a number. Now generally you can leave it like this in general, or you can select some other font. You can do it by two ways. You can either click here or right click on the right click with your mouse button on the cell, and then go to format cells. Okay, and then the format cells tab comes up. Now you have number, alignment, font, border, fill, protection, and everything. So I'm going to select number, and I'm going to use, if I go like this, if I remove the decimal places to 0, it will become 78. So if you click on OK, and it becomes 78. Okay, so but if you're dealing with currencies, or you're creating a spreadsheet or worksheet, or having a data with currencies, I would recommend you to use thousand separators and the number, two decimal numbers to your right after the decimal. That would give you a better consistency in working out with that particular spreadsheet. Now the next thing which we are going to talk about is conditional formatting. Now conditional formatting is a certain kind of a formatting where you would like to understand how the data is being interpreted in various ways. For example, if I want to know how many people have got 67 in what subjects, I can select the total data, okay, control shift down, and click on conditional formatting, and I can go to highlight cell rules, which is equal to the value 67. You see, these are the things which have received 67. So this, you can red text, light red fill, and click on OK. Hang on there, we are going to do some more conditional formatting. We know what we want to know, that how many people have received marks from 84 or 85 to 100. So we're going to go for conditional formatting again, highlight cells rules, and we're going to click on between. So this checks the range between what to what the marks have come, or between let's say if you're dealing with currencies or values, you can say that how many people have sold from you're working with the sales report, so how many people have sold from 500 rupees to 1200. In terms of America, $500 to $1200, whatever it is, you can check all this. Now since I have selected 67 as a red fill, I will select a different color. So yellow fill with dark yellow text, that would be the color. Now I'll, over here in this column, I'm going to select 85, which actually narrows down, and we're going to select 90. So if I click on OK, you can see, you are able to see that these are the guys who have received like 86 to 85, and so on and so forth. Now this is what conditional formatting does. It gives you a graphical representation of people who have received, but conditional formatting alone does not work properly. So you have to actually place a legend, something like this. So you will copy this and then hit enter here and type in over here legends, and take the format painter, format it, give it a space, take the border here, cover the border up nicely, and then sorry, margin center the legends, and then this would be you have to give the description, marks with 67 Okay, and then you take this part, you control C, hit enter, and then you say range of, so sorry, marks from 85 to, I think I had selected 87 maybe. All right, let's put it as 90. Okay. All right. Don't worry about this because our objective is to just show you how it works. Now, since the legend has been provided here, so if anyone looks at your sheet, they will get to know that this color represents a range of marks from 85 to 90, and this color is what it says that the marks of students, marks of student, with 67. So this is what conditional formatting helps in understanding. Conditional formatting does. It gives you a pictorial representation of what you are actually trying to represent in this particular format. Okay, so for now I'll remove all the conditional formattings. And to remove the conditional formatting, you have to go to clear rules, and clear rules from selected cells, clear rules from entire sheet. I'm going to clear rules from entire sheet, so I don't want any one of these. I'm going to remove this. So again, deleting a column comes into effect. So right click on this tab and click on delete. The column deletes itself. Oops, it's come down here. Okay, I'll remove this here. Okay, all right. So this is what conditional formatting is all about. Now let's say I want ourselves to insert some more marks of some other subject. Now one way we can do is we can right click here and click on insert, or we can select this total row and click on insert. But if we do this and we select the cells to the right side, it will give you an error saying that this operation will cause some merged cells to unmerge, and that is because this cell has been merged together. I will click on cancel. This cell has been merged together. So what happens is when you are shifting the cells right, this total range, this total range will get shifted to your right side, and the cell over here will get shifted actually in this position. So it's not advisable to do like that. So I will right click here and I'll insert. Now this inserts a new row. Now let's see, I want to select this, and I want to have physics, chemistry, biology together. So I will select chemistry and biology and control shift down, click X, control X, that's cut over here, and hit enter. So now biology comes over here and chemistry comes over here. Okay, but then you see that the cell formatting over here is missing. So I'll put Control Z, okay, and right click. I'm sorry, select it again. Okay, Control C as copy, right click, or just hit enter. Okay, now we have chemistry and biology over here. So I'll delete this, and for the sake of this tutorial we're going to leave these marks as it is. Okay, and we're going to include another header with some other subject. Let's say all right, what do we put? Computers. Okay, should not miss out with computers, right? Because this is a computer class. All right. So this is how conditional formatting works. Okay, and you can play around with all these things. Oh, and by the way, you have this pop-out boxes. Okay, and these are all boxes where you can actually manage or work with extra options. So if I click on format cells alignment, generally it will see. Here's the thing: if I click on number, it opens up a format cell box. Now format cell box pretty much has all these with much more in-depth analysis over here. So alignment is there, font is there, border is there, filling, protection. Protection is not required right now. We will talk about it when we are in the review tab. Okay, so you can fill it up with some colors and then give it some other border if you want. Like for example, if I want to place a border like this, so I can have it like this, which shows that the student 9 chemistry marks is not 94, so you can place it for corrections. By this way people will know that there's a problem, and you can correct it. Okay, so you can use it like that. So I'll change it back to the normal, so I don't need this. Okay, if you click on these buttons, you will get the toggle on and off. The border draws itself. Okay, so you have font, because we have chosen Century Gothic regular and 14, it shows over here. And alignments, you want it to be horizontal and vertical, center, wrap text, whatever. You can play around with these things. Really, it doesn't make much of a difference. And let us know in the comments below how you liked this video, because next we are going to talk about formulas, and then we are going to go ahead and talk about insert tab. Now the next tutorial, we're going to talk about how we can total this and get averages, get percentages on basis of each and every subject, and we will start drawing up a fresh dashboard which will actually help us in understanding how we can do real-time analysis of data. This is Banerjee with you, and please like, share, subscribe our channel. And if you have questions, you will have questions, obviously. So let us know. You can ask any question you feel like, so it doesn't matter. As long as it is related to Excel, we will help you out in some other way. Let us work together in understanding Excel better. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.